Hello and welcome to a third episode of Tall Tales from Telltale. Alright, welcome back to the show where we play Telltale games and then talk about our decisions. I'm Tyler, I'm here with my friend Sam.
Howdy, howdy.
And man, did we just have a rabble-rouse, episode 3 of Batman, a Telltale series. Oh man, did that just happen. Episode 3, A New Order.
New World Order.
A New Order world. Is it talking about the Chinese takeout order?
Yep.
It's a new Chinese order.
Mm-hmm.
This one made me angry. Just made me, as a person, in the game also, but as a person, I should have just slept with her. It was like a hot moment. Should have just done it. Should have did it. Should have did, but I didn't do a do. You know?
You didn't do.
Cockle-doodle-doo. Well, you know. So, let's begin at the top. So,
all right.
Remember where this one started?
You were visiting Harvey in the hospital, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So you visit Harvey in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh gosh, then Gordon, the bat signal.
Yeah, yep. And you have to leave Harvey kind of vulnerable behind.
Yeah, he's loco. He's getting a little loco.
Yeah, you see,
Two-Face
he mentions that, or you predicted that the drug had some effect and drudged some old things up.
Yeah, turning into the Two-Face I love.
Uh-huh.
Like the real, like the original Batman the Animated Series.
Right.
That Two-Face
Mm-hmm.
is where it's at. And that's kind of the Two-Face they went with, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you go talk to Gordon. You have to choose between going and helping Harvey or helping Detective Montoya.
Yep. She's dealing with Harvey's getting followed, and she's dealing with shipment of the crazy chemicals.
The crazy sauce.
Crazy chemicals, and
that's the first big choice, right?
That's the first big choice.
What did you do?
I went and helped Harvey because we're best buds.
That's right. Yeah, and I went with Harvey because I was like, she's a vigilante.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. I mean, the chemicals, yeah, but if we lose Harvey, like that's the last chance.
Yeah, and that's about 40% went and helped Harvey, and then I think you continued your streak of showing that Batman, he will beat people to the ground.
Yeah, I hurt the one guy.
Yeah,
I hurt him. And you didn't tell me the answer to this, and I don't know if you still can, but did that have an effect, me hurting him? Did that have a dialogue effect later?
The exact dialogue may be different, but it's still just witnessing it. I think saving Harvey and him witnessing it, it changes him in the same general direction.
Because he definitely said something along the lines of he's willing to break bones.
Yeah, So that
what's needed.
That specific dialogue might be different because you actually broke that guy's face.
So that happens. You save Harvey,
and
then you find out that there's a back door. In Wayne Tech Enterprises,
as you go to
communications.
Help Montoya.
And so then basically you go to your Wayne Enterprises and you get told, hey, we're cutting you out of the deal. Well, they say we're going to try to not cut you out of the deal, but they're cutting you out of the deal. And
then that leads to the second major choice when they introduce the guy who's the interim CEO.
His name is Jimmy Kimmel.
Close.
Oh, sorry. Fester Cobblepalms.
Closer.
What's his name?
Oswald Cobblepot.
Swillen Cajillin.
And
Cobblepot comes in and you have a choice to either say some stuff or
punch him right in the face.
And I did. I punched him right in the face.
And that is the second major choice. You and 32% of other players punched him. Not a lot of people punched him.
Nope.
What was the reasoning behind the punch, Tyler?
I was mad.
Yeah?
Alfred is one of the few people that I care about. This guy's being a doucheberg. Why did I edited out the part of the word that's not the bad word? Doucheberg lettuce.
Do you think, because we were talking...
A hamburger of hate served with butthole buns some doucheberg lettuce,
Mm-hmm.
some bromato, yeah,
What?
and some not Gouda cheese.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We were talking last episode, and you hadn't felt that strong about Alfred. Has it gotten any stronger at all?
Yeah,
This
so
episode?
I don't remember what was happening, but Alfred.
Well, there was that one line when you were in the Batcave, and you were like, Alfred, you're the only one I got. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, because while I personally did not feel
Uh-huh.
motivated that way, I still chose the option the last episode because I was like, yeah, I mean, he's Alfred. He's like the only guy. He's part of whatever. Then this one, like, that's what he would do. And it did make me angry. I was like, grrr!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then I punched him, but I only punched him once. So.
Yeah. You didn't, you just beat him to the ground. Like the bad guy earlier.
Yep, yeah.
And so
Even though he is also a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Then you go back to the Batcave and you find out that he cleared his record.
Right. He had all that doctored. And he looks spick and spam.
And then you find out that they've been spying on the Harvey Dent.
Mm-hmm.
So then
They have that technology all hacked.
So then you go to Harvey.
Uh-huh.
And he's whack.
And yeah, you're starting to see more signs of him cracking. And he has that big outburst talking about, you know,
Batman is the right vigilante. Everyone should be that way.
We need just a bunch of Batman. And then he earlier just saw Batman like beat a guy up.
So
really bad.
It's like one of those like, hey, I'm crazy. Then he has to get his picture taken. So then you call Vicky Vale.
Uh-huh.
No, you call
You call Vicky Vale because you see the newspaper in his office.
Okay, and Vicky Vale had interviewed the leader of the Piece de Resistance, the Children of Arkham.
Right.
And so you go and I don't think you have a choice to do it as Bruce. You have to do it as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So you go as Batman. You're like, poof.
Right.
You can kind of talk a little bit and give your own side, but you're trying to get the resources.
Mm-hmm. I wanted.
Oh, that's how she knew I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So you're all putting it all together afterwards.
Yeah. I just thought she had like supersonic hearing, or that was her super ability.
Right. I don't know if you have any major answer behind this of when she asks you about Bruce Wayne, saying he was innocent.
And I was like, he'll get his debt solved, or
well, earlier she asked, "Do you think Bruce Wayne is innocent?" And you said, "Yeah, he's innocent."
Yeah, because he is like he's not doing any of the things that these people are saying he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, blah blah blah, and I was like, he'll get what's coming to him, because I do think I'll get what's coming to me.
Right.
And I've gotten it. So then that whole thing ends.
Right.
And so you head over to this plate. So you just head over to this place. It's like a tram center thing. And you basically you figure out that they're going to take this train. It's going to pour some crazy rain on people. Just crazy rain.
Mm-hmm.
And a cat lady's there. And you're like, hey, cat lady.
Yeah.
And because the head of the person, the head of the Children of Arkham's all like, squaw. She
has.
She's like, Batman, you're here. I'm gonna kill Selina.
If you don't show yourself.
And then a big battle ensues.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to stop. You blow basically the tram up so that it can't get out. And then the leader lady shocks you. And Selena Gomez takes you home.
Mm-hmm.
Or Selena Kyle.
Yep. And then this is, I think, another big choice. You enter into a romantic situation.
Yep.
And you decide...
You can mac out or you can snack out. But I kind of chose some options that I didn't think were going to do what they ended up doing. Like, I was just trying to be, like, nice. I was like, oh, this is nice. Still trying... I could have slept with her, but then I was like, even though at this point, I think my Batman knew that Harvey's not the right guy anymore. For him as a person, he needs to be not mayor.
Right.
It's not working out for him. He was still a good friend, and like up until this point, I guess I was trying to
Do you think
salvage it.
at this point in this episode that Harvey's actually become a friend? Because you were talking about earlier, he may not be a friend, but do you think he's right for what's Gotham?
Well, yeah, but now I definitely don't think he's right for what. Well, okay.
Yeah.
At this point, I was like, well,
Like at the beginning of the episode, do you think Harvey had moved, like evolved into a friend between you and?
no, less a friend, because especially after the end of the last episode, but more of a, like, I don't know. I guess an acquaintance. I just knew it was wrong.
Mhm.
I was like, you're Harvey's lady.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but yeah, so then you don't make out with her. You don't have sex with her.
Well, you made out with her.
But on accident. I didn't think that dialogue option was going to lead to... I just said, this is nice.
And then afterwards, it said
Okay.
kiss, and you said continue to kiss?
But it was just like, it was one of those where it was like, the other two options I didn't like. They're just like, they were both very like harsh, like, stop it. Stop kissing me right now, young lady. And it's like, ugh, I don't like either of those. We'll just keep kissing. Because, like, at this point, I'm already in because I made a choice, so I might as well continue.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Harvey isn't my friend. She kissed me, she came in for the kiss, we went for the kiss. Let's just keep kissing. And she's like, let me take my clothes off. And I was like, no, we gotta stop doing this. And that was another dialogue choice that I don't think I would have done had I known what the actual dialogue would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want to be like, oh, no strings attached is kind of how she read it. And I meant it more as a, like, let's, like, not complicate things between, like, our friendship was my dialogue option. She's like, well, there were no strings attached, whatever, freaking blah. So then Harvey comes in the morning.
Right. Very upset.
And, well, he's not upset. He's very happy. And then he sees Bruce in the bedroom all, like, half naked.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes crazy.
Right.
He is not the person, like, I still tried to talk him down.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, I feel like I did this to him by
Right.
pushing him into this role of, like, total savior.
Right.
Now he's going crazy. So I wanted to keep Selena safe, but also try to, like, talk him down, which is why I didn't beat the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, that's another choice, right?
Yeah.
That's another big choice.
Whether you and Selena beat him up or not. Yeah, you and 87 refused to physically attack Harvey.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you didn't read the percentage on the last one because I thought that one was crazy.
10%, basically.
10% did not sleep with her. I was one of 10. What have you done with all of these so far?
Let me see. So, I chose to save Harvey.
Yep.
Because we're best buds. And then, right, I didn't hurt Oswald. I just kind of held it in.
Chin.
I was like, nice. I even, like, when he came in for the hug, I hugged him. Trying to be very civil.
Sure.
In front of the
lady.
The lady.
I think she's bad because it very succinctly was like, don't trust your friends or the people you think are friends, and then it cut to a thing of her.
Right.
I'm like, okay, she's got to be a bad guy.
Well, yeah. Well, I trusted her, and especially when it seemed like she was not happy with the replacement they picked for Bruce.
Sure.
I thought she was all right. So anyway,
I think she wanted to put her in power.
Oh,
that's the person I think she wanted to do. And then everyone else voted Cobblepot in.
Right. Okay.
So I think she's looking out for herself.
Oh, we both forgot about Lucius. The decision with Lucius.
Oh yeah, that one didn't feel like a huge one. But it probably is.
It's on the list. Yeah.
So Lucius Fox, the black guy, the Morgan Freeman character.
Yeah, like the tech guy.
He, after you get ousted, basically is like, do you want me to stay here or you want me to go be your Batcave slave? And I'm like, I want you to be here, baby. I want you to stay here.
Right.
What'd you do?
I said he should come to the Batcave.
Does that affect a lot?
It does. I mean, it affects things. It's one of the major choices. I won't say what, but
Did it affect anything in the rest of this episode?
No.
Okay.
No. But my reasoning behind that was my Batman's was like, I don't know if I trust like Lucius's safety is in question in the building with the Penguin. Yeah.
Mine was like, I want him to stay low, but I want him to stay around so he can hear things.
Yeah,
because you can hear things at the water cooler. So
it's important to have an ally in that.
What was the percentage there?
I think it was 64. 65 chose to remain at Wayne Enterprises.
Okay. And then what's next?
After that was
oh yeah, so
Selena.
Harvey and Selena.
Mm-hmm.
And then I offered to let Selena come to my house,
Right.
stay with me,
Mm-hmm.
and that was they made it seem like a big option, but it wasn't on the big.
I mean,
options.
there's a bunch of. I have a list of all. There's just a bunch of decisions you make. In general, in that type of game.
So then I basically was like, come live at Wayne Manor.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I said that now.
Right.
Because now I have a love interest. Because then you have to like go to this press interview thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to choose whether or not to read what's on the prompter.
Right.
And I mostly read what was on there. I chose to say things like, I'm not my father.
Right.
And then I tried to be like, this place is in danger. Like, the Gotham's in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got cut off. And freaking Vicky Vale, man, stabs me with a pen. Turns out she's the bad chick.
Lady
she was my
Arkham.
love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what her bad guy name is?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a common Batman villain, or is that one they made for this?
They made him for this game.
Her
for this game. Well, I mean, Vicky Vale is a character from the comics, but
yeah.
But they created the villain.
Okay.
For this game.
Because I was thinking like Poison Ivy.
Oh.
But I guess it's a little different. But it's a similar like kind of idea. Is a woman that works with poison. It's Poison Ivy. Hers is less poison, more like crazy people. Anyway, she's like a lady scarecrow. LaCroix. LaCroix. So yeah, that's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried to not fight, but I think it probably ends up the same either way.
Mm-hmm.
Jumped after Sir Cobblespops, and I went in to attack him, and that was the end of the episode.
Yep. So, feelings, because we've been talking about this whole first 2 episodes, how Vicky was the one you were going after romantically, and it turns out she's a baddie.
I think I'm still going to go after her romantically.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about reporters for me.
Right.
I think it's because, like, there's the Clark Kent. It's always the reporters. Clark Kent, you got, or sorry, not Clark Kent, but what's his love interest? Lois Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Spider-Man has one too. You meet in the original Spider-Mans, there's a girl that he falls in love with. I need to look it up because it's going to drive me nuts.
You mean there was like Jonah Jameson's secretary who worked in the office? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I don't think so. What's the place that he works at?
It's like the Tribune or something. The Bugle, the Daily Bugle.
There you go. Maybe it is. It's Betty Brant. She was the secretary. He actually got married to her. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, it's crazy stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. You're in Arkham now. Or you're going to be in Arkham in the next episode.
Yep.
How do you think that's going to go?
Not good.
Not good?
It honestly looks like I'm not going to be playing much the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how that would work.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless all the stuff at the beginning is just stuff that happens at the very beginning of the episode, which is possible as well.
So what do you think about so far how everything you've done has affected things?
I think it's interesting. Because here's the thing, like, I don't know if it actually has affected it or if it's psychological. You know what I mean? Because I've created this backstory, like, is this actually what's happening? Is this actually what's going to be the, you know what I mean? Like, is it actually my choices that made it do this? Or is it just because my brain has said this is what the story is, and so that's the story?
Well, yeah, you're like, it's like you will connect the dots yourself. But I think they say at the beginning, like, it'll tailor your story, and I think that's a good analogy for, like, it's like we both bought the same suit, but we're both going to take it to a tailor, and it's going to be different. But essentially, it's the...
Like, I couldn't wear your suit. You couldn't wear my suit. But they're this, like, when we wear it next to each other, they look the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same essential material, same colors, same... Yeah, that is a really good representation. I mean, I'm digging the game so far really hard. Any other questions for me?
I will ask you the usual questions that I started asking you, I guess, an episode ago.
The regular questions from one episode.
I already asked you what you think is going to happen. I don't know if you think about this, but where's your Batman's head at right now?
Well, first off, he was interested in Vicky Vale.
Right.
So that's already, he feels super betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
The person that he wanted to take control, he feels very lost right now. He feels very, like, hopeless, because now he's in jail. Sorry, I apologize for the train horns.
Choo-choo.
Like, he wants someone to take over Gotham so he doesn't have to do it anymore. But the person that he wanted to do that is, like, crazy now. And he's certain that's crazy. Harvey should not be mayor, in my guy's mind. The girl that he was kind of, like, interested in, crazy. Gotham is going crazy.
Right.
The only people he can really trust now are, and I think he feels like he can trust Selina. And actually, I'm almost certain that, because if you think about it, like, she could have easily given away his position to Vicky. Although maybe she did. Because Vicky seemed to, like, it hasn't been shown that Vicky doesn't know what I'm doing yet.
Right.
Like, she doesn't know that I'm not. She doesn't not know that I'm Bruce. Nothing. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say?
I think so, yeah.
Like, it hasn't been proven that she does not realize I'm both.
Yeah,
So, maybe, but I think my Batman trusts Selina. And he trusts Alfred. And he trusts Fox. And that's it now.
Right.
3 people in the entire Gotham that he feels like he can trust, and now he's locked up and going crazy.
And things are just falling apart.
Yeah, all of his desires are gone. They're kaput.
Do you think, for a question for you, we're in the midway point, did you think at the start of this you would do any of the RPing? Had you
I always do the RPing. You know me, like the D&D guy.
Right.
I love story. I love character arc. I love it all.
Before you started the whole thing, I probably should have asked this in the first episode, but any sort of bits did you have in mind before you started, or did you? I
kind of let the initial like story tell me. So really the first episode, it wasn't quite as formed, but it does a really good job of letting you kind of pick decisions.
Right.
And that's what I like in like Dragon Age or BioWare games in general. Like what I like to do is I like to pick an option or pick 2 options, and then that's canon. Like that's the way that I feel. And so then I kind of just move from there. Generally, they're like something that I choose. Like I would choose to say this, or I feel this way in this moment, and then it slowly becomes, I'm this character.
Right.
I'm going to do these things in these moments.
That's like usually, at least for me, it was the first time I played through the first season. It was kind of finding my footing and realizing I was RPing as a certain kind of Batman. And then that's when I played it again, as I kind of had a better picture of who this Batman was.
And see, that's where I'm not as much about refining as much as I want to know all of the stories. I want to find all the Batmans. So the next time I play, I'll pick very different decisions.
Right.
So like the way I'll do that is I'll start and I'll pick things not what I want. Very specifically.
Right.
Like this is not the way that I would say things. That, and then I'll take things like I want to be an outgoing Batman. Bruce Wayne, you know what I mean? Like, but that doesn't happen during the first playthrough ever for me.
Right.
So, well, thank you for tuning in for this 3rd episode of TTFTT, Telltales from Telltale. And thank you. Good night.
Boy.
Can't believe I didn't have sex with Catwoman because I wanted to be in love with the other bad girl.
I mean,
what you gonna do? Bad boys.
What you gonna do? What you gonna...
Oh, we didn't talk about the Robin.
Go ahead.
There's definitely nods to Robin in the Selina section. There's she says something about a dynamic duo, and then she also he has a little mug that has a circus. It says something about a circus on the back of it. So that's definitely a Robin nod.
There's about Robin.
So I hope he comes. I'm sure he will, actually, at some point. If not in this season, then in a later season. So, yep. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Bye.
Wait.
Bye.
Wait.
Bye.